Okay, we're live now. I do believe we're live. A little late today. I wanted to stream way earlier, to stream all day, but I got distracted doing some music stuff. Practicing guitar. Which is fun. I enjoy practicing guitar. I haven't done it in a while. And I realized that by not practicing the guitar, I'm not going to be as good when I do recordings. So it's kind of important to do it pretty good. Let me see if I modify this. Do I have the right settings here? I just realized I didn't check for that. I probably should have done it before I started streaming, but that's okay. Yeah, it's category gaming. No, it's not gaming, it's science and technology. Yeah, we're doing science and technology things. Let me edit this one too, because apparently I didn't get the memo. What's going on, Zero? It's good to see you, man. You enjoyed your flight? Oh, science technology is correct there. Interesting. Second, don't mind me, just getting ready. What's going on, Syndicate? Good to see you. Okay, good. We're good. We're on this stream. We're good on the streams. I can zoom in back and down. He's not preparing this one. I mean, it doesn't. Is there a setting for that? I guess I didn't. I don't know. What's going on, Terrell? Good to see you, man. Draco, fellas. Buongiorno. I don't think I've ever been this early. Yeah, you're super early today, man. Shader implementation of HUD system? No, that's not. That's not it. I don't know. Maybe. I'm deciding. I'm deciding what we're gonna be doing. I'm really glad with the things we did last stream, and getting fixing the bugs. The Stack Overflow. Now we know what the Stack Overflow is, and now I could do that. I could work on it, or I could potentially work on. I actually finished Fight and Flight. My excuse though is that I'm waiting for. There's still technical things that need to be done, but there's some things that are dependent upon designs, both from a friend I contracted to do some work on this, as well as do some art concepts, as well as some design decisions I have to make. So instead of getting stagnant, I think I started work on this last stream just to kind of re-jog my brain about working in C and getting this done. And I think the thing we need to figure out is this whole business that we had here of how we're setting data here. Because I'm pretty sure last time, yeah, we had the comment here. This is what's causing the Stack Overflow. So we got to do things better. Be better. Glad you enjoyed your flight, man. What's going on, Naruto? I'm just making a task project manager thing. No, I refuse, creative. This is a choice, creative. I have bigger monitors. I just choose this. When I do my day job, I move this over and I actually use it like this, but when I'm at home and I'm trying to take it easy and enjoy myself, we just work with this. Can you explain what's going on? I mean, right now, nothing much. We're just getting started. There's two options. We have the game I can work on, or we can work on that ASCII TUI project management thing. task management thing. Both, I really want to get this game done already, man, and start working on the engine, but I thought I could thread it. I thought I can like thread the needle there, but I mean, there's things to do with this. We can compromise and maybe do a little bit of one and then a little bit of the other. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of asset stuff that needs to be done still. But I'd rather wait until I get more things done there. So, what was the deal here? What we got going on here? We create this persistent data instance. And I think part of that is because I wanted to clear the data, ensure that we're working with a clean slate. But I think what I might actually do is instead do something like data equals, first of all, to be a pointer, and it's going to be whatever one's currently statically allocated by the application. I forgot what it was. It's like application dot persistent or something. It's been a while. We went through this last stream, but there's still things that are fuzzy about this to me. We declared here. Here we go. Application, and just call persistent, perfect. And then where's the static instance of application? You're defined here, so you have to be below here somewhere. Right here. S_application. Don't you love it when naming conventions just kind of work? So we have this. I'm gonna get rid of this. Just for formatting reasons, and then we're gonna. And then this is not going to compile because now we have to change all these references to be dereferencing, since this is a pointer to a struct, which I believe here, like this stuff would have to be like arrow operators, simple things like that. What's going on here, guys? It's been ages since I've updated my YouTube app, so if I watch live streams in vertical, I get 0 ads. Oh my goodness, Syndicate, you found the hack. What's going on, Mr. Land friend? Seems cool. I can make this too. Can you recommend me some websites or some way I can build games without being overwhelmed by reading lots of content? Not really. Like, I think you just need to learn how to move an object in a game and then just try to make the most out of it. And then, like, once you start getting to gaps in your knowledge, then you start looking for you start Googling for specific things, right? I think when you jump in, if you try if you try learning everything at once, it's not going to really make any sense. You just got to get something very basic, something very simple, like moving an object and controlling it, and then like try to juice that. And then once you reach the limits of what you can do, then that's when you start looking up specific tutorials for whatever you're trying to do, right? That way everything you learn is very pertinent to what your focus is. Is this fine? Oh, right. We also... Where are you used? Because this is returning persistent data, but we don't want to do that now. We're just going to mutate the thing directly. I was going to be like super clear about, hey, this is how things work, but no. In fact, even better than doing this, because like we're going to be mutating this global thing. Load file. I can make it like a very explicit contract here where it's like describing, because I don't want to do a lot of static global access stuff, but I can always do like struct persistent data pointer and then call it data and then like have it be an input here. But let me just see if this works first before we're changing things anyways, because we're not returning anything at this point. We're just mutating the current existing allocation. So if we try GCCing this, or if we try doing build, let's see what happens. Yeah. Line what, 95? Oh. My intuition was correct though. That we have to use the arrow operator. And then the caller of this is going to be unhappy. What is going on here? Why are you unhappy with this? Using a type struct persistent data. What? What's wrong with how I've declared this? Oh, do I have to do that? Okay, cool. And then we just have to clean up the function, the caller function of this, which is load file, which is going to be perfect. Perfect. And we're no longer assigning it. It's just going to mutate it directly. So we build it, and then we run it, and we open up a project. It doesn't segfault. Very nice. Very nice. Don't you love it? Good evening, Soda Snake. It's always good to see you, man. Yeah, we're working in C. Bam Hammer. Good old-fashioned C. What's going on here? It's hard for me to respond to that question without being a little snippy, like, can I get strong in the gym without lifting anything heavy? Type vibes, but I'm happy people want to learn. Yeah, Syndicate, like in general, a lot of times, what I say is, those who desire do, right? So like if you're interested in this stuff, you're just going to Google and start going through the process of making a game. Or do whatever you're going to do, right? Like, I think the people who really want to do it are already trying to do it in some capacity. And I think like the value of other people's time becomes much more like the more you can how should I say this? Like if you have someone's time for an hour, right? Do you want to have that hour spent on things that you can just Google or find a YouTube video for? Or do you want to spend that hour focused on things specific to you and your current project or circumstance or whatever, right? And having specific guidance around you. I think those are two very different scenarios. And I think there's a lot of people who are very focused, like, without meaning to, right? But like they're focusing on scenario A type stuff. And it's fine. There's value, like there's some people there's some value to doing that, but I think most people, when they want to do teaching or mentoring, they want to be in scenario B, where it's like, all right, I want to deal with something specific. Like you already done the homework you're supposed to be doing, and you figured out some stuff that's easy to search up, right? But now you're encountering something specific and very interesting, and I've been there before, maybe, and I can give you some guidance on that, or maybe there's different ways of going about it. That's like more nuanced stuff that gives you I don't know. That's not as easily Googleable, right? Or Kaggable. Let me change this signature though, because I really want to make it very clear that this is mutating stuff. Let's see here. Where were you? That's board view. That's application. Maybe it's actually in board view when we load. Yeah, load file. Let me go to the next instance of it. Yeah, here. So we're going to change this. We're going to make this be an input. So we're going to pass in. Like there's something that comes to mind is there is such things as good and bad questions, right? Or maybe not even like that, but better questions that have a bigger ROI, return on value. Like if I'm going to meet like a very technical director about, for whatever console or game or whatever, like if I get to have 1 hour with them, I would probably like research what they've done and what specific things they've worked on, and like read what available information exists for that, so that when I meet with them, it's not just simple stuff that I could have Googled on my own, but things that you can't Google, that it doesn't exist out there, right, publicly or whatever. Or something that might be very specific to what I'm encountering, right? But I think like good questions take significant effort. Like, why do you think people freak out with Nardwar? Or or even like First We Feast, I think what was it, Sean Evans? Hot Ones. Like, there's a reason people are like delighted by them, because it's like, all right, they're asked questions that are very different, very specific, and maybe for some of them a bit more meaningful, right? I'm not saying this to me. Like, I think you're still, like I said, valid to like answer some general questions, right? But I think in general, even for me, I need to get better with asking more purposeful questions. Or at least that's the thing I'm trying to be very conscientious of. So we have persistent data be passed in there. We don't need to do this anymore. And then now in the next iteration of load file, we actually have to pass in I believe I have to like make this. Oh, maybe this is fine. No, I think I have to actually do this. Of course, I always do that. Okay. For load file, too many arguments. What are you talking about? Load file should have struct persistent data. All right, let me catch up in chat real quick. My bad, guys. Want to get any board? It's a good keyboard, Sashi, or Zashi. That's just wise and a good use of both R times. Yeah, like especially like when we talk about cost, like there's communication cost is a big factor in software development, right? So I think it's a universal thing. Like if you can get really efficient about getting the specific information you need from people, as well as communicating this information that you have to them in the way that makes the most sense and is very clear to them, the less friction there is and the more you're coordinated, and the less you start having things like regressions and waste within production. What's going on, Drawmint? People in mentorship roles. Okay, let me read your comments, Syndicate. People in mentorship roles, and generally people who are public facing and give interviews, love well thought out, insightful questions. Yeah, that's true. Urge to create everything from scratch. How people get. If I were good at things, I would speedrun building things from scratch. I mean, that's kind of how you get good at things, right? Is building things from scratch. That's how you learn. I mean, this is for me to learn, like, and get better at C and try implementing things in different ways. Call him title. Call him doctor. People love titles. Oh, brother. I really should just get a doctorate just so I can wave that around. My boss is really cool. Like, he has a doctorate, and like never once in working with him has he ever forced me to refer to him as doctor, or like no one refers to him as doctor. He never brings it up or anything. He's just like, he's just a chill dude. He's great to work with. super humble, but like really freaking smart. And like, if you look at his credentials, like, oh, geez. Chillest dude to work with, man. Like, I know he's my superior, but it doesn't feel like every time we talk, it's like we're just talking evenly, and it's great. And we're trying to tackle a problem like together. It's always good. I always enjoy meeting with him when we have like architectural meetings or what have you. Yeah, I've been really blessed with this, with my job and the people I get to work with. Why is it saying that there's too many arguments for load file? Oh, wait 1 second. I'm being dumb. Did I forget a semicolon? Or not semicolon, a comma? Yeah. There we go. Okay. So if we go to, let's say, ribbon done. Uh-oh, segmentation fault. Something went wrong. Why did that happen? Let's go GDB. Why is there a task cell and task? What is? Okay, whatever. Let's just run and just see what goes on here. So we're gonna get to ribbon done, and then things go bad there. Oh, no such file or directory. Oh, well, that's a little bit weird. Let me try something actually. Let's try opening Messy Mansion. Okay. So it's parsing. This is what it's reading. This is the structure of the file format that we have. Download failed. Invalid argument. Continue without source file. What is going on here? Let's turn the AVX. Oh, that's cool. They're doing AVX stuff. No such file. That's weird. It's like parsing this correctly, but then it's saying no file or... Okay, so what is going on here? Because this is working before. And now things are broken, so let's see what's going on here. So we have file pointer. We don't encounter this nightmare, so the file does exist. Okay, and then we get line, and it parses things correctly. So is it not terminating? Is that what's happening here? Yeah, because we're getting to this and it's incrementing, and then something happens at some point. What happens at line? No, that's here. I want to see where this happens in... I need a larger stack trace. Let's add a breakpoint. What line is this? Where's our while loop? Here we go. Line 59. Okay, let's actually do line 62. Or actually, no, let's avoid these conditions because that's like redundant stuff. Let's go 72. What is this? Board view 72. Is it 72.h? What's going on here? Rust? No, we're using Rust. What's going on here, guys? TUI task user interface. Yep, or no, not task user. It's a text terminal based user interface. The snake is asleep. What's going on, Reven? Yo, my favorite void. Yeah, horizontal's a favorite void, man. Oh, man. Yeah, you develop it DCI. Like, that's how you do anything in life. You just, the more you do it, the more you get patient for it. the more we develop that, man. So I need to get some more information about what's going on here. In fact, I kind of want to parse the file make Goomba. I should really document the key type so I can understand the data. That's like, I know the format's implicitly documented in the code, but I should probably also just print things out for just such occasions. Yeah, we're not encountering any of this pitfalls that we were expecting. You know what? I'm kind of... Okay, we need to do something, because actually I just realized something, which is the fact that persistent data... I mean, it shouldn't. Because part of what we were doing before with the bracket initialization, which was like a stack allocation, is that... Okay, it was going to set all the data to... It was a way of guaranteeing the data was like zeroed out, right? But now I just realized that this data can be in a variety of different states if like we enter a project, exit, and come back to a project. I don't think it's going to be the cause of the issue that we're having here, but I just want to have this set. Let's mem set everything here to 0 though. Also, I'm kind of curious. I forgot. We're remembering stuff again. Mem set in C. Let's look at some documentation. Mem set with a constant byte. Okay. What's the signature look like? What does the signature look like? I see this here. Size T, void NC size T. I really want to see the... Let's try a different... This might have a better one. Better docs. Okay, here we go. Destination... CH, I don't know what that means. And then size. I'm imagining that's the element count. Is CH like the size of the individual element? Fill byte. Oh, is the value to fill in there? And then the number of bytes to fill. Okay. I see now. Oh, that's like for... That's for like string. Is it gonna do the things that I want it to do? That should be fine. I should be able to zero it, I think. Time to find out. So destination, right, which is gonna be data. Do I need to do this? No, I think it should be fine. The value is gonna be this, and then we're just gonna do size of course, I keep misspelling persistent. Is that gonna work? Yes. Okay, it built without issues. I doubt it's gonna fix our problem though. So I imagine if we open up Messy Mansion, it's gonna do that. Segmentation fault core dumped. Let's do, I want to understand what the specific, let's do the ASAN build. Because I think they gave more detailed explanations as to what went wrong. That's just like failing. Oh, reset. That's what I need to type. Yeah, that wasn't actually helpful. All right, GDB it is, and then try breakpointing, I guess. 1 second. Okay. Keep forgetting how to do the proper breakpoints. Made 37. Saying it's not defined. Is it looking for a specific function? Well, I guess like all the functions in C are global. So is that what it's looking for? Load file specifically? Function dot not defined. Okay, it's just error. It's just erroring immediately. What's going on here? Oh, because we were using the version that's built with asant. Okay, yeah. I have to do regular build. And then we can do... Is this gonna work? Can I try doing that? I know we've done this before. If I can, I'd like to actually have it set here. Within 62. Same story though. Now if we do load file. Yeah. Whatever. Okay, and then we go here. What's happening is stir length. So that might be a clue. Okay, that actually might be a clue. It's happening at stir length. So where do we have stir length here? Where are we using that? And is it because it's not maybe because we're initializing it and it's not set to default values or null values for the character. I mean, it should be. I think it's just 0, right? So you have this. This might use that. You know what? This is happening at the end of the file because if we open up let's open a Ranger. If we go here, where's task? Okay, there we go. And we're looking at the Messy Mansion project file. We look at this one. This is the last entry. So it's like parsing all the entries correctly, but then it's like ending incorrectly. It's happening in the last iteration. So what can be the issue here? Like we're reading each line, we're setting the value for line and length, and passing the file pointer. And then if red is negative, it's not -1, that means we read something. Otherwise, if it is -1, we read nothing and we close the stream. I wonder if we have like some kind of empty. Oh no, this is like the end of the file. There's nothing I can go to unless there's like some invisible character. And the issue is that this is something it's an issue we just introduced right now. Because this was working fine before. So it's an implication of something we did here. Something we've done here. Oh, wait, one sec. No. I don't think that'll change things. Yeah, there's some implication of what we've done here. In fact... no, that's fine, actually. Let me catch up in chat real quick. My bad, guys. What's going on here? BRB, alright, see you later. In Unity, is it okay to change scriptable object parameters during play? You should not be doing that. That's how you get really bad things happen to you. Yeah, scriptable objects should be static things. They should be static things. They should not be modified on runtime. Yeah, you got me, Terrell. I think there might be some reason for it, though, that if so, like engine is some library that abstracts complex things. I mean, you have raylib if you want to have something that's a bit more lightweight. I mean, if you want to make your own engine, but you don't want to implement these base components, we could say engine color and do stuff. It just uses function that does specific things, maybe using low-level engines underneath, so it's abstraction over. I don't know where it goes. I mean, there's a lot of levels to it. I mean, you can try to escape it by implementing your own stuff, but then you end up in this scenario where you end up writing features and functionalities that are engine level inside of an engine that already has implementations for those things. I mean, I've done it. It's fun, and like you get things that you can't normally get from the engine. But I don't know. Like there's reasons to do it. You know, if you're trying to have things rendered in a different way, like if you want to do like order independent transparency, that's something. I think Unity has some new stuff, or someone's implemented their own pipelines, scriptable rendering pipelines for that. But you could also just implement it yourself. You can do your own lighting model if you want to, or do shadows in your own way. Long time no see. Have a great weekend. You have a good one too, Ackerlocks. It's good to see you, man. It's been a while. Just a TUI app. What's going on, G Lemmy? You've been here before. I've seen you before, J Lemmy. Am I wrong? No, we're not. No, we're not. We're just doing some basic debugging. So let's walk through this. Where's index? What is index? Okay, it's initialized to 0. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, you know what? Let's actually make debugging a little bit easier. Let's see the lines we're parsing. Or actually, do we just do that here? Yeah, we printf red line and then do index plus plus. And then what goes on from here? Maybe it's an issue that's downstream. Maybe there's some data we're not setting in. No, because we're setting last index here, yeah. So that can't be it. Let me also do something. Because the way it's formatted here is we just read and then whatever the line is, right? I like to have something that indicates the actual field that we parsed. A bit redundant, but I don't know. I just kind of like that. A bit more clarity in terms of what we're doing here. Nope, let's actually learn how to, or actually we'll just spell it out explicitly. Okay, so that's gonna be a version number. And then over here, there's gonna be ticket count, I believe. And then here we actually parse out explicitly the data for the task. And then here we have this nested switch statement, because it's kind of and you know what, let's just do indentation here so we can actually have clear indication that this is task specific. Maybe we keep this, I don't know. I just want to have this formatted in a nice manner. Is this line correctly? Why is the indentation just wrong? Oh, I guess it is. Okay, and then this is okay. So let's try running build again. Okay. And we need to do GDB here, but so we're gonna open up a file. Things are wrong. Also, I think I've formatted things wrong. Have I? Is oh, it's because we were printing out read every single line, so it's gonna make things feel weird too. Also, indentation is just kind of, it's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot of indentation. I think the last thing we'll do is just new line the last part, and then we're just gonna something I do want to okay, that's a nicer format. Now we can actually see what we process each line. You know what? Let's just go through the whole thing. Yeah, we set it at main, cool. And then we just run. Okay, and then we're gonna step, skip, okay. There's step, skip, and then there's next. Right? Pretty sure that's next is gonna be like the next. Yeah. I should probably look at the documentation first. How do I go up? GDB, step, skip, next. There's got to be something else here. I know you... Okay, so step, continue running as in step, but do so count times. Okay. So we can put a number in there to skip a bunch of times. We set different modes for step. Step mode on. Finish, is that going to continue running until just after function, and the selected stack frame returns. Perfect. Okay, so let's just do finish. Okay. Terminal utils, that's my class, okay. There we go. And then we get to application create. And then, oh, you know what? This is not going to work how we want it to, because this requires I actually manually open up a project. Drats. So I'm going to have to actually, I don't know, make a build that just opens up a project specifically, like, or let me see if I can add a breakpoint. I need to figure out how to add breakpoints to the files I want to have them. Ideally, it would be I'm gonna try the board view thing .b, and then where's the function? Last time we were able to just type the file. So if we do run, and no, it's gonna sec file. It doesn't. The breakpoint didn't work, dude. Is it because of how I'm doing things? Is it because of how I'm linking stuff together? What's going on here? What's going on, HP Victus? How the full coffee pot is remotely using our webcam, right? What's going on? I only understand scratch code and website. Yeah, that's the beginning of it, man. Wait, okay. I was in a stream once where there was a point system in gambling. It turned into everyone saying gamble. Oh my goodness. Everyone just becomes deranged gamblers. Hey, what's good, Lily Guitars? Glad to see you here. Yeah, I'm having a good night. I should have started streaming way earlier, but I kind of got distracted practicing some guitar. I'm trying to learn a song, and it's a very difficult song, that kind of intentionally. Because I realize when I produce music, my ability to record guitar is it's kind of sloppy, and it's sloppy because I haven't been putting time into practicing it. So now that we have a new guitar, I should actually use it more, and I should allocate some time to getting better. So, what song? It's this one here. Let's see if I can find it. This one, Van Gogh's Delirium. It's also nice for compositional reference, because I'm trying to, the next game I work on, I want to do more kind of orchestral music, produce some more orchestral music for it. So it's also nice to understand the structure of other songs that do what I like. But it's a very nice song. But then there's runs like that that are very hard. It's very... But this part is super fun, dude. Like, I love this part so much. I love playing it so much. It's a super fun section. Like, there's a bunch. I'm like getting exposed to how bad or slow I am, but like that part. It's a bunch of little trolls like. It's super, like, a lot of fun stuff. Even the stuff up here is very, very good. But like I said, I'm very sloppy with a bunch of parts like that. When it's plugged in, you can hear it a little more too. But yeah, and then there's the crazy one where it's like, wait, how does it go? Oh my goodness. And then, yeah, you do this whole crazy thing. That whole thing. That's a whole thing, dude. But it's fun, it's fun. And he gets there. You get the idea. Very fun song. Difficult. Difficult. I expect that on a nylon. You know, I never tried it on the nylon guitar, but I don't think I could. On this one, it's like, is it even tuned? Maybe it's better on this. And you add the vibrato. The thing is, this song goes really high, like even beyond. It's one note above the highest range of this one. So with the nylon, I can't reach it. I have to do like transpose it down. And even up here, I have to like go really high now that I think about it, because the G. Yeah, that's gonna be gnarly. Yeah, like even that part is up here. I don't know if you can see it, but the hands all the way past. I have to make my own cutout. I can't even. Very difficult. Yeah, we're working on it. It's a project. We'll get through it. What is an E major, please? Can you show it? An E major. So this is E. And then that's going to be the major triad. This one's a major. I'm doing a 7. You can do other voicings of it. Open voicing. You can do stuff like sus resolution, so you can go like. It's very pretty. A lot of pretty stuff. Can we create music can we create music engines? Well, you can work and make music in Linux. There's another song I'm learning, and I'm using Fuse to transcribe it because I couldn't get Lily. There's a thing called LilyPad that lets you write music notation through text. But I'm using something called Fuse. Where is it? Oh no, furnace, my bad, not fuse. It's called furnace. I used to do a lot of tracker music back in the day, but I kind of stopped. We're gonna just use Ranger. Is it actually in a folder? Or is it an actual fuse? Ah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. But there's this application you can use called Furnace, and it lets you do like Sega Genesis or a bunch of other sound mod stuff. And like, I mean, it's kind of loud right now. You can just notate stuff. Let me lower the instrument volume down though. It's cool because you have like wave tables that you can modify. You can do like choose the synthesizer of your choice. And then, how do we modify it? Here we go. Oops. Are you in this small little... No, I want you to be free. I want you to be free. Yeah, just be free. Be free. Like this. No, don't snap. I don't want you snapping. And we can change the volume to be a little bit lower. Nope, that's still way too low. Okay, that's the macros. Never mind. Where is it? Sorry to scare you guys. Pitch, arpeggio, panning. Oh, okay, here we can set the volume. I have mine's mapped to be like a guitar. So like these are like the strings of the guitar. So like I'm gonna go down an octave. Okay, maybe up an octave. It's kind of cool. But then you also have Reaper. I think that's also supported on Linux. That's an actual proper DAW. I use FL Studio on my other machine because I've already have too many things set up on there. But yeah, you just notate stuff here. And you can just do whatever you want. You just play it. Is it muted right now? I think I've muted. Alright, I don't know. Maybe the volume's not high enough. I don't know. I've done something wrong here. You get the idea though. Yeah, I was transcribing another song before. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like that song a lot though. I learned Ableton in middle school because I heard Skrillex's album in the lunchroom and it went down a rabbit hole. Oh my goodness. That's how it happens. Guys, I haven't heard Skrillex in such a long time. I wonder if he's still producing. I'm kind of curious. It's a whole DAW in of itself. Yeah, Strudel, that's a whole thing too. I thought you were saying something to me for a second when you were talking about Lilypad. Yeah, the Lilypad. I need to learn it. I need to figure it out. Because, like, the way I'm notating... So, like, another song I'm trying to learn is... I don't know how I found it. This one right here. Is it Birth by... No, it's Fate to Twilight. I'm looking for Birth of Daylight. It's a really good song. It's like, it sounds like such a Ghibli song. It's such a good song, man. Give it a listen to it. But yeah, like I'm trying to transcribe that, and I want to use notation, like music notation, but I just couldn't get Lily working, so I just I used let's see if I can find it. Let's see, transcriptions. It's terrible, but it's like the best thing I have right now. And after finish adding the rest. And that's this part. It's crazy how much speed this saxophone has. Like there's little things that you just take for granted, but if you slow it down and like count the notes, it's ridiculous how much is going on. Like there's it sounds like a little garnish. Let's see if I can find it. That little part right there. I was like spending a solid 30 minutes just working out that little less than a second section. There's so much that goes on there, man. It's crazy what people can do. It's crazy the heights people can achieve when they're just focused on one particular thing. He composed that song too. This guy, he composed this song, and then he composed a companion song to it called Fade to Twilight, which is also really delicious. It's called Furnace. TJ Ski. Disney Music Ratatouille. You take for granted that's a boomerang and come back at some point demanding to relearn it again. Yep. There's some songs. There's a song I tried learning a long time ago that I just kind of gave up. And it's the most... Okay, so we're on a trip, right? There's Mega Man 2 or Mega Man 4. There's a boss. If you know Mega Man from the Nintendo Entertainment System, there's like a fourth or fifth Mega Man. That's fifth one. I think fifth. And one of the bosses in that game, called Robot Masters, is Ring Man. And his theme in itself is simple. It's like nothing crazy, right? It's this dude. Like, we're gonna listen to it for a second. Like, nothing crazy. But it's okay, so we established that there's Ringman's theme from Mega Man 4. Anyways, there's a guy named not Rushjet One, that's a different guy. R.R. Thiel, Ringman. And you're gonna hear his rendition of it. And there's a section I tried learning. Way different. Way different. It goes way different. Like, R.R. Thiel, he puts the sauce in it, man. He just puts the sauce. And this is whatever. This is cool. I can play that, right? Whatever. But then we get to this section, and it's just... Okay, that's a thing too, but... Just wait for it. We're gonna get to it. It's crazy. Okay? And you go to the next section. And this is still fine. I can do this part. Okay, and we're getting to it. It's about to go crazy. Okay, here it is. This is Ringman from Mega Man 4. R.R. Thiel, you didn't have to go that hard. I can't believe I haven't subscribed on this channel. You didn't have to go that hard. But anyways, yeah. I can't do that, at least at speed. At speed, I can't do that. I could do it slow, but like, like it just falls apart so quickly, man. So quickly, it just goes downhill, dude. Like, it's not even funny. Like, I rep it, but then, like, you know, it just doesn't. Well, it's like. Like all that in a few seconds. And then it just goes. It's ridiculous, dude. So good, though. So good. Anyways, yeah, that's a song I can't learn. Or at least not yet. But yeah, check out Arthur. Music's fantastic. Splendid, dude. I got inspired by music production as a kid due to being cool looking. Like, I always thought of sci-fi movies when I saw audio waves, but the plugins that Aphex Twin used were bizarre. Check it out, really. I mean, you can... There's like a bunch of common ones that look pretty cool and fun, but they also, like... I don't know. Plugins are cool. A lot of times I focus more on, like, modeling real instruments. I do synth stuff on occasion, but not frequently enough. I haven't touched my synth in a while, and then I haven't done like actual sound designing experimentation things in music production in a while. I'm usually just writing music for real instruments, which is kind of simple because then it's like you don't have to worry about sound design. If you're doing more electronic stuff though, you have to you got to get in the sauce, and you gotta you can use, like, I don't know, Omnisphere, I think, and Serum and whatever, but if you want to get something unique and very different, then you gotta spend some time in the lab and experiment and produce your own, like, library of patches and whatnot. That's how you do it, man. Zero's Lelouch v Britannia. It could be .0. Never say never. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying not to say never, but... What's going on, Rishi? It's good to see you, Rishi. Yeah, we never say never, but... Sheesh, man. We'll work on it. What's happening? Oh, yeah, segmentation fault, right? Seg fault. And I'm trying to figure out where the seg fault's happening. And I think we're trying to figure out how to breakpoint. I think that's what we're trying to do here, is figure out breakpointing. Is this requiring that I actually... Do I have to do... Oh, I wonder... I'm curious. If I do b main and then type in the function, like load file... Load file not defined. Shared library loading. Okay. And we do this. Nope, it's still no breakpoint. I need to figure this out, man. GDB add breakpoint to header file. I mean, let's just use... Hopefully it should be the same. Do I need to actually specify the header file? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, that's not happy either. And I'm pretty sure I'm typing this correctly. Okay. And it's just documenting break, not how to add a breakpoint to a separate file. I'm the sober, unpaid intern, I'd assume. I love you. Thank you, Chimera X, if you're referring to me, unless you're talking to someone else in chat. I'm highly confused what you're working on. I'm making a task management application. And right now, the main menu is breaking. So when I press, for example, if I do run, you'll see this here, and then you see this cursor where I can choose a certain project. But when I load the project or said project, things break. Unless it doesn't. What is this for? Is this for the engine project? Wait, 1 second. Why did you... Cozy engine. Okay. Well, let's do a command to create a new task, and it's going to be implement material system. Okay, and then things break there. And it's breaking at receive seg fault, augmentation fault. Cannot access memory at address. Interesting. This is a command, commands.h20. Oh, it's failing at a command. Line 20. So somewhere in here, it's unable to access something. So what is that? Struct persistent data equals... I mean, I don't think it's a... I mean, I should make this a pointer type, first of all. That's going to mean that everything we do here is like dereference. Build. Missing one. Okay, cool. Actually, just run in GDB. Okay. I'm sorry, what? We did build, right? And then we did... Oh, test that out. Okay, and then we go to Cozy Engine. And then again, it's empty. We go into command mode. And then it breaks upon... Okay, we're having the same issue here. It's a segmentation fault. And it's something to do with... str length. Actually, I'm not even sure if that's the case, because this might be concerned with like debugging stuff. Because I think it's failing to get the file or load the file, which means it's failing like an underlying thing. But I think it will be like something like str length then, or some simple utility. Interesting though. So again, something else is happening here at a certain level, and this might be nicer because there's less things happening here. So this can be like a bad memory. Like I could be accessing bad memory maybe, and that's what's happening. I think if we were doing that, we'd have a more specific error, but is it the fact that we're accessing it like this? No, it's not happy about that. This is reinterpreting. This is a reinterpreting cast for this. What we're doing here is a little bit different. I feel like I should be able to just do this though. I mean, it's compiling fine, but that's not always saying much in C. Just because I have syntax correctly does not mean that I have the understanding correct. Same thing's happening. Same thing is happening. I really need to figure out how to do breakpointing. I could do it in the main function, and maybe I can step through stuff and eventually walk down towards where things are happening, but actually, you know what? Where's main? Starting at line 26. Now let's do line 29. Actually, no, we're gonna run into the same issue. We can't do it that way. We actually have to set the breakpoint at the correct place, unless we modify the program to just run directly in there. But I feel like this is such a useful thing to be able to do that I should just get breakpoint working. This is happening in what function? It's happening at execute command. Execute create task. Can I do commands that B, and then what line are we? Line 45. Yeah, commands 45. But I'm not sure that's going to be doing what I want it to do. I mean, it doesn't work the previous times. In the outermost frame. How do you just make it run without a... Let me check chat too. My bad, guys. I do want to say we are all loved too. Jesus loves everyone and will also respect if anyone doesn't want me to mention it again. Hey, amen, brother, man. Yeah, as a Christian, man, I agree. Christ is good. Christ is king. Only path, man. But I get if it makes people uncomfortable. DCI. Oh, okay. Why is the code flowy like that? Another one is like the circles or the eyeball. Is it just aesthetic and looks cool, or does it serve a purpose? I mean, which part? Are you talking about the like when we actually? Oh, you're talking about this? That's a donut. We compiled. This is an example program. I didn't write this. Someone else wrote this. But yeah, it was like last stream because I forgot what it was. I was learning. I was talking about where I learned how to do that for loop with just semicolons, and I learned it from this program, because if you stop the program and actually look at the code, like donut dot no main dot C, I think, you'll see that the for loop here does that same thing that I do, which is just a for loop with semicolons. I think that's super cool. I like it. So we found the code online last stream and compiled it. It's nice. It's very cool. And now it's just my emotional support donut. That's just there. In fact, I should just keep running it. Why stop it? Just have a tab that's just running donut. Just have donut running there. It's crazy because like I think the original code is actually formatted to look like a donut, but the version I have is formatted to be nice and easy. But yeah, it's cool. It's very cool how I spent like a bunch of time trying to figure out how this works, and it's like it's insane how much is packed into here. Like it's like does that mean like look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power? Like we had like they just do it in this, right? And just for me to be able to write to a frame buffer in a very easy and modular way, like I have this whole buffer header file for like mem copying stuff and for allocating the buffer and writing to it. I mean, granted, I'm also doing like a shader structure type thing where we have like a fragment pass and something like we have fragment passes, and we have like this idea of a shader where we can theoretically we could like execute all this stuff in parallel, but yeah. it's just funny, dude. Like just the stuff for managing the buffer that we're writing to is longer than this entire program, which is pretty nuts. Like even like sure, this is it's like code is art. They're trying to do something very specific, but still, man, it's crazy. Like I wish I need to go in here one day and just try to understand what exactly everything means. It'd be cool to have a video like just breaking this down, like in the math and why it's doing what it's doing. And I imagine there's additional formatting that would make things easier, like having this be okay. I don't want to mutate this. I want to actually just do copy to main.c to I don't know, learn copy.c. And you can see what's going on here. Like they're doing some mem sets every single frame, which I'm assuming is it's setting memory at some like buffer. Yeah, you have like this is like a buffer for the screen, and then I don't know what these are. This might be another buffer as well. Maybe it's doing like a swap. I don't know. Yeah, because you're doing memset b. Is that the value? And then that's the size, or the count, I think. Or no, it's the size in bytes, right? Yeah, this should be the size of bytes. I don't know what this is actually. Doesn't hurt that all the variables are just like single letter characters as well. Like that doesn't help out either. The fact that we have all these floats defined. Like this is a whole thing, man. Like this is a whole thing. I didn't even realize how much was packed into there. Again, this is prioritizing sleekness, not ease of readability. Yeah, like we have like, we almost have the whole alphabet here. We have, okay, we don't have A, we don't have B. We definitely have C, D, E, F, G, H, I. No, H, D, L, M, N, T. What? What happened to the rest? X, Y, O, N. What is this expression? I don't know. There's a ternary operator. Okay, that's cool. So if n is greater than 0, then... Are you kidding? There's a nested ternary. It's a ternary inside of a ternary. So you have this conditional, but then the value of this conditional... If you don't know what a ternary is, by the way, like... This is all it is. You can do something where, like, you have a value... I don't know, value is and then you can do, like, if... You have value and then you have a boolean for, like, some condition, right? And this can be either true or false. And then you can do something where it's like, hey, if the condition is true, you're gonna set value to, like, I don't know, 32, right? Else set it to set value to, like, I don't know, -1, right? You can condense this with a ternary operator, and the syntax for that is value equals your condition, question mark, and then 32 for when it's true, or -1 when it's false. And this is a ternary operator. And the thing that struck out to me as funny with this one is that you have a nested ternary operator here, where you have one, but then you have another in here doing the same thing for each condition. So it's like, all right, I see you. Oh, brother. Anyways, let me mute Discord real quick before it starts popping. But yeah, man, it's hilarious, dude. It's like what is this condition? Okay, there's another, like, this is, oh, but he's doing what I do. Okay, where you have, like, a value range, where, like, the higher the value range, the more it's going to go up this ASCII thing. I have something like that over here too. I have a very smaller version because it turned out I like that one better, but where is it? You are in here. This is my value, my gradient table. Yeah, he has one too. And you're indexing directly into it. So n is value. So is this wrapping around? Is that what you're doing? Like, if n is less than 11, then n, but then otherwise 11. Oh, so it's capping it so that n doesn't go above a certain range. So, like, we're just kind of documenting this now and understanding what's going on here. 1 second. N is like pixel value of some sort. This turducken of a ternary operator wraps, or no, it doesn't wrap, it clamps the value. Range from 0 to 11. And then inclusively, so we're gonna do, I like using this expression. I learned this in, like, pre-calc, and I think it's, like, the most succinct way of describing value ranges. Or, like, if it's brackets, square brackets, it means inclusive. It could be 0, it could be 11. If you use parentheses, that indicates, hey, it gets close to 11, but it can never be 11, right? So it can be, like, 10.99, but not 11. It's a very nice, succinct way of describing value ranges. Okay, so now we know what this does. I don't know what this is doing. I'm assuming this is, like, calculating the shape of... This is, like, some kind of analytical, like, expression for defining the value range for a donut that's oscillating. I'm assuming that's what's happening here. Like this is indicating like something about the donut shape and form. If this is a pixel, then that should be drawing the donut, and then like if it is, then it's gonna set the value here to. It's gonna index using n into here. So n is like could be 0. So if it's 0, it's gonna be this value, and then as it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and you see the last index is 11, right? So that's how it's incrementing through there. Don't know what this is. Don't know anything about that. And then it does printf-x1b. This is probably to make it print really fast or something. I don't know. I remember we had to do some stuff to not get some bad flickering on our stuff. And then they use putchar to print stuff. Actually, I don't know what this ANSI escape code is, but you're indexing into buffer. I don't know what's going on there. And then it sleeps for 30,000. Okay, and that's, yep. So it doesn't, if you get rid of that, it's going to be way too fast. And it's going to just look messy. We had that issue. We do that. I mean, we got to learn a little bit about the donut. Still feel like I don't know anything, but it's still cool. All right, let me catch up in chat real quick, guys. Fiscore bloop, yeah, my bad. Advice for current SaaS developer to become a C developer? No idea. I'm still trying to learn C. This is me for fun. This is me learning C for fun on some side projects that are not critically important to people. Sound really good. I'm glad you dig them, man. They're KT strawberries switches. Software as a service, but it didn't really make sense to me. SaaS stands for software as a service. So it's anytime, you know, like you know how like you could buy a game and you own it? That's not what SaaS is. SaaS is, hey, you're renting this game. Or actually a better example is like Game Pass or something, where it's like you're paying monthly for a service and like you get to use their service. So it could be for games, it could be for video streaming, it could be whatever, right? But it's a recurring cost and you don't own it. So that's software as a service. It still went over my head, but I listened. I'm sorry, Siri dude. Hopefully there's something in there that you got. What's going on, Terry? You come in peace? I'm glad to hear that you're coming in peace, man. It is a beautiful day. Looks fast. Hey, is there a lot of you? Like, I've been on settings. Hey, what's going on, guys? How are we doing today? What's going on, y'all? I'm searching for sweetheart. 35 plus years. What's going on? A web app? We have donut sweets. SaaS is dying. Is it? I can only hope. I'm still like, I'm buying like physical media because I have this thing where I feel like I'm fearful that we're gonna lose so much. If any of these services go down, like you lose so much info. Like, yeah, I imagine like there's people archiving it, but I like having my own archives. Yeah, I have a hard time imagining SaaS dying, though. I feel like most companies, there's like so much, it's so much more profitable, and despite people's like feelings about it, convenience always wins over. So I don't think it's dying. At least I hope I'm wrong. But I feel a little too skeptical to believe that it's dying. What was I doing? There's something I'm doing here. I don't know what it is, though. Is it an issue with the value we're passing in here? Does persistent data actually exist? Like, not in the metaphor, like theoretical sense. I mean, like, does it actually, do we create this at some point? Do we malloc it and allocate it to the heap, and like, does that happen at any point? Yeah, we calloc it. We calloc size of application, which I'm assuming zeroes everything out, and for what I desire here, that should be the case. Oh, brother. Actually, let me... No, but even in the case of an empty file... Because I wonder if we're on load file, if we're doing something strange with memory. Because we changed it from modifying a reference or modifying a copy to instead modifying a reference. And that actually has important implications. So when we read like a string, for example, and we set it, which is going to be in the case of name at the very bare minimum, eState we duplicate line to where? Names, task index, and we stir dupe it there. Okay. But even then, like, it's not like we do that. But, oh, if something accesses it, maybe it can go wrong. That could be the case. Like, what does stir duplicate return? Is it returning a pointer, or is it returning the actual, like... Oh, that could be that could be the issue. Yeah, let me see that actually. That we might have found it. Stir dupe. What do? Returns a pointer to the newly allocated string. It allocates a whole new string. Oh. And that's different than what we're doing. Maybe I should just do that. Maybe I should just use the char pointers instead of the fixed string thing. Like, it's not a big deal, and it's... I mean, it kind of bothers me. Now we're doing C, Lobbin. Oh, what's going on, Rishi? I'm sorry I didn't read your chat. Also, I don't know if you remember, I confess she said she loves hanging out with me. Just not ready to date anybody right now. I still don't know if she likes me, though. I would just say, nah, dog. Just do you, man. I would say just focus on your garden, man. Make your garden. Every bite matters. C-sharp spoiled me. I hate pointers. They're great, man. What's going on, Lily Guitar? This dude over here surviving, evading, resisting, and escaping. Who's evading and resisting and escaping? I got back into cassettes recently, incredibly for vibes, and just owned. Right, Lily? Like, that's... I need to get into cassettes. I have a cassette player right here, actually. If I move this clock over, you'll see that I have this radio that I used to play music on streams back in the day. And we have 2 decks, actually. Yeah, we got one there, another one right there. I don't have any cassettes, though, sadly, so I can't actually use it, but it's cool. I am using CDs, though. CDs are pretty rad, and I'm burning CDs because that's kind of part of my paranoia, because I've lost a lot of songs because YouTube decided to just nuke them from existence, which is pretty tragic. Loading from thrift stores, and I haven't had any issues. That's sick, though. parser. Yeah, I'm sorry if it wasn't clear. But it's there. Hopefully the sounds indicated it. When I program with 4K gigabits of memory, I mean, I'm being kind of dumb. Because I'm like, the big thing I'm doing that's causing probably the source of a lot of the issues here is that I'm trying to, if I go to application create, actually just go to the definition of persistent data specifically. You'll see we have like this, it's not a char array of pointers, it's actually straight up just a big block of characters, right? And it's task buffer size by task name size. And like, this can be very inefficient. So here's the shortcomings of this, right? So every single task name has to have a fixed size. There's a fixed size to it, right? And so you can't go over it and you can't go less than that. And that can be bad because then it might be inefficient because maybe you allocated like, I don't know, 12 characters worth of for the name size, which 1,000 characters is stupid. I don't need that much. 100 characters maybe. But whatever, like let's say you have 100 characters allocated and you don't need that much for your task, right? Well, you just kind of wasted that space. On the other hand though, in memory, all the character names are contiguous together. So like, what do I mean by contiguous? Xcali draw. Do I have another? Can I go to another board? I don't want to use the fight and flight board. I don't think I do. I don't think I can make another one. Whatever. Like let's say you have, this is your RAM, right? I know it's rare, but we still have RAM in our machines. This is our RAM. When you allocate memory, maybe you allocate like one string here. And then when you call malloc or calloc, maybe it's here. And maybe it's over here, right? Maybe it's super far away. And now when I go through the list of every single string or character, or yeah, every single string that I need, like string 1, 2, 3, whatever, the program has to go to here and grab it, and then afterwards it has to go to over here to get the next one, and then it's over there, and that takes up time. Because like it's kind of crazy how much memory we have and how far things actually are. And your computer does things like caching at different levels, so that if it goes over here, then it's going to keep it. It's going to say, hey, maybe we might need this again. It'll keep it here in its cache. And if it needs to access it again, it's right and it's happy. And if it's wrong, then it grabs the next thing it's accessing and then replaces it here, whatever. Anyways, that's a whole thing. The way I'm doing it though, like the way we've implemented it, is that instead we have this humongous block of memory where we say, hey, here's this huge block of memory, but everything's next to each other, and we have our strings all like in here, packed tightly in an ordered fashion. So not only do you don't have to keep running around, but even in terms of like cache lines are concerned, like when it accesses the subsequent tasks or whatever, right? They're next door neighbors, and by loading, let's say this one, like it's going to be very easy to load the next one. It's going to be next to each other, right? There's even a potential, like it's a whole thing, right? So there's some trade-offs that happen here in terms of like space utilization efficiency versus memory coherency. For this application, since you're pinging it every single frame, I mean Honestly, the performance costs of these two things are very negligible for what I'm doing here. It's nothing crazy. But the part of me kind of wants to be like, hey, but we're doing this every single frame. Why not just do the thing? Just have the fixed size thing. That seems so much more fun and cool. Why not do it that way? I'm using little audio ones right now, looking for a VHS player. Hey, Lily, you got to go to a Vintage Fest or something. That's how you pick up VHS players. I got this one for like $5. The one I have down there. No, not programming hardware, but this is a consideration. Like, even if you're working in C#, this is a real consideration. Like, I think we talked about this. We talked about this thing we're optimizing in a C# Unity game. We're in this game, Radio Rush, formerly known as Fight and Flight. Yeah, this one here. Like, we have this whole mechanism of culling and like object pooling and culling objects and all this kind of thing, right? Like this whole thing. And we're dealing with performance issues before because of the volume of data we're working with. And then making culling fast and all that stuff. So perf data. You can see here how we've gone through different iterations of that, because even if you're working in C#, there's still ways to organize your memory in a way that works nicely on your RAM, that fits together nicely in your RAM. So like the first iteration, we weren't doing that at all, and it took like 12.8 milliseconds to do this stuff. And after like having like some fixed allocation stuff and using fixed size buffers and making things very close together in memory, we're able to get things from like 12.85 milliseconds down to like 1.33 milliseconds. And a lot of this stuff we're not using burst compilers, we're not using the job system, we're not doing any fancy stuff. It's just literally moving memory to be closer together and coherent in memory. So it's cache optimized and it's great. It's great. And you can see how just making things closer together in RAM makes things faster, right? All of a sudden you have less cache misses. You have things that are in line for cache, or you're in your cache line. So it's like, all right, cool. It's already preloaded. Wouldn't structuring the RAM make it easier for bit hackers to change info in the RAM? I mean, like, you have to, like, people would have to be going way out of their way to do that. On top of that, like, your operating system already has a bunch of safeguards for dealing with memory access on your RAM, right? Like, I think that's why there's so many memory safety things enforced by your OS for this kind of stuff, right? And third of all, like, RAM is volatile. Like, even if you have things in a cache coherent manner, it doesn't, like, people don't know where it is exactly. There's ways of trying to figure it out, but it's very different. It changes per session, and then keep in mind, C# has a garbage collector, so every so often, an allocation that existed here is going to be moved somewhere else by the garbage collector, unless you're using like unsafe and you're pinning stuff in memory. But like, that's also volatile. It changes like crazy, and like, so it's not really a thing that happens, or you have to go really, really out of your way for that. And like, if your game is vulnerable to that, like, that means any application on your machine is vulnerable to that as well, right? So like, cache coherency does not really affect security in that way. Like, if RAM access is, like, if that gets compromised in your game, there's a bunch of other bigger problems that you're facing. I saw someone try to brute force it for positions of an object in Forged, and the X, Y, Z values were jumping around in RAM. Yeah, because that's your garbage collector, right? Like, if you're using a garbage collected language like Unity, or I mean, garbage collected language like C#, or Java, or Go, or whatever, then that's something that's going to happen occasionally. Where is it? Here we go. Like we talked about this example where this is RAM, and then this is where things are allocated versus having things very coherent. But when you're using a garbage collected language, like you said, like they can have a vector 3 floats contiguous in memory exist here, and this can be where it exists one frame, and then the next frame it could be moved over here. Because it's like, all right, like let's say all this stuff was in memory, right? There's a bunch of garbage, and then garbage collector runs this frame. It gets rid of all this stuff that's not used anymore, and then it moves things around to be a bit more packed and a bit more efficient. Which means that the address that you're referencing here is no longer valid, and it's been changed. So that's a whole thing that's going on. And they keep them on. There's like levels to this, because the RAM, the pointer, the address you're referencing isn't actually the real physical address you're referencing as well. Like there's a thing called virtual tables you're dealing with, or V tables, or page tables. Or sometimes like for example, Windows, you use too much stuff, so guess what? It gets taken out of RAM and written down into a file in your file system. Like you've probably seen, like, I don't know, is it page.sys or something? I forgot what it was called. But there's like an actual real file that exists. It's something like that. I don't know. What is Windows RAM overflow file called? There's a thing for this. I forgot what it was called though. Windows page file. I forgot what it's called, but it's something like that. No, that's too ambiguous. You get the idea. There's something like that exists. I can't find the thing. Where is it? Oh, here we go. But yeah, you get the idea. Like, it's very hard to... So yeah, there's swap, right? Is it just called swap on Windows, though? I absolutely love you all, but I gotta take a quick break from chat. I'm supposed to be doing a literature review right now. I usually keep the stream on and work until I fall asleep. Well, Lily, you do what you gotta do, all right? You take care. And good luck with your literature review. And do you work as a game dev? I don't work as a game dev. I work adjacent to it, but I don't do game deving. I use game dev tools, though. What's your GitHub? I used to go by Trix a bit. I have another one, though. I'm on Codeberg. I switched from GitHub to Codeberg now. Yeah, so I use a lot of same tools, and I do like some kind of engine stuff too, which is pretty fun. But yeah, so that's like the general thing. Like I really don't worry about RAM security as much. So I'd rather just work on making this more consistent. That being said, I think this is not valid anymore, or at least I shouldn't deal with it like this. Because in the access, or maybe this is, we can't directly access or index into it, because this is going to give us bad things. I almost feel inclined to make like my own struct for chars, like have her define our own, I don't know, ribbon done string Or Unity has like this thing called a fixed string. And then it specifies like the size, so it's like 128 bytes or something, or bits. No, bytes, yeah. Or they have a 64 byte variant or whatever. Maybe that makes more sense than what I'm doing here. Maybe that's what we do. The only thing is it's gonna be annoying that you have to get an actual val. Like you have to. If I declare. Can I just index into this address? If there's nothing else in here, like if I keep it very simple and dumb, and it's literally just a char array of like size 64, because I believe a char size of char in C. Someone said yesterday that char is always 1 byte. I want to validate that that's correct. In bytes. Okay, someone says defined by C to be 1. But not guaranteed to be 8 bits or 1 byte wide. So it's assumed to be, but not always guaranteed. That's my favorite. I love that about types. It's like it's in C and C++, and even C#. It's like it's not. There's no guarantees about the size, depending on the system. At least like there are some versions that are a bit squirrely, like int versus short versus long. Some int and they're like I forgot what it was. There's some that are like 16 bits and some that are 32 bits, and it's like annoying. Yeah, that's true, Avi. That's actually the way to do it. I should do that. Yeah, it's page. The concept is called memory paging. Thank you, Jay Looney. Thank you for corroborating me on that. Corroborating. I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay, I'm gonna see if this is fine. But yeah, like if we allocate this, I wonder if I could just. I think I should be able to use a bracket on top of this, and it should be fine. And then all of a sudden, like this task name size is not a thing. Instead, we're gonna be using 64. I like this idea of fixed string sizes. I think things are gonna be broken though. Let's see if this even builds. Let's quit GDB. Yes. Okay, things have gone critically wrong. Let's see how wrong things have gone. Oh, wait 1 second. I have to actually do the thing too. Okay, less errors. Stir dupe's not going to work anymore because we have to format it to the thing we want to have, which is fine. So, since we're operating with C strings, we can add some specific stuff. I might have to break this out into its own thing, but okay. Char pointer. Always get it backwards. Char pointer string, and then I guess if we're assuming it's a C string, it's going to end in null. So oh, we also have to pass in the yeah, we should call this destination. This can be source. And then that's our terminating value. We have to do index plus plus. Okay, and then what do we do? I'm hoping I could just do this. We're gonna find out together, but actually, we need to also copy over the null character as well. That's how we know where our string ends. Well, actually, if we initialize it always to null, this actually shouldn't be, but let's have guarantees that this is always gonna be structured the way we want it to. Okay, so this should just work. Hopefully. And of course, in C fashion, we have a very long, verbose function names, but that's okay. And now instead of doing stir dupe, we're going to replace it with our new and improved function, which is requiring our destination and source, which source in this case would be line, and then destination is going to be this should work. Oh, you know, maybe this is part of the. Oh, this is a long. This is long. This is a long function name. It wouldn't be C if we didn't have long function names, wouldn't it? Oh, no semicolon there. Now, am I not allowed to do this? Incompatible types within assigning the type fixed string from type char. Oh, it's trying to. Yeah, okay, I can't just do that. I can't. I mean, can I? I was hoping. Do I have to cast it to? Yeah, because I guess indexing uses the size of the type for increments, doesn't it? So I can't just do that. I have to like to forcibly do this. I would have to do like something ridiculous to the point where it's just probably more valuable to be like value and just dereference the thing and then modifying the underlying array. I feel defeated for doing that. I feel a little emasculated. I kind of want to just do cast to char array and then index it. I mean, would that work? No, it would be a char pointer. You're a char pointer now. That seems really bad. I value required. Yeah, no. This is. I mean, this is C. We could make this work, I think. I just don't think I should actually do that. I think that's actually just kind of a bad idea all around. So maybe we're just not going to do that. Instead, we're just going to do the actual correct thing. The responsible thing. And we have the value up there, yeah. Okay, important decision time. This is no longer a private value. This is going to be a public value. Am I fine with having to type value every single time? I could just do like S. We know what we're talking about. That feels weird though. That feels weird. But dang it. We're gonna be verbose because this feels actually, even though it's convenient, this is right. This describes what we're doing. Describes what we're actually doing. Okay, we build it, and of course you have to dereference it. We can't just do this. We gotta do. These are all pointers, baby. Pointers. Okay. And this is happening. This is bad. Where? At board view 112. So you're not happy here. Why are you not happy? Struct fixed string. Yeah, is this not what you desire? Oh, it's because we're passing. We're not passing. Okay, yeah, we have to pass by that. You have to give that address. Okay. Now this is at board view 227. What's happening at 227? Yeah, wrong thing. Oh, this is oh. Are we breaking assumptions? Are things gonna go critically wrong because of my choices here? It feels like it. I feel like we're just making things worse and worse as I go through this. And I forgot what this is iterating. It's iterating through indices. Okay, yeah. This is no longer a char pointer. It's a fixed string 64. Because that's what we're using. What else breaks as a result of this? Oh. Oops. Okay, and then this is in command.h. At line what? Line 29. Okay, what's happening at line 29? Persistent name index command data. Oh, because we're taking in. Yeah, because our command data is wrong now. This is no longer a char pointer. We have to take in a fixed string 64. And that's going to break a bunch of other things, isn't it? Okay, just one thing. At line 52. And that's because your input parameter is wrong. And I'm fine with passing this by value since it's like small. I'm sorry, did I just build? I'm kind of scared if I'm gonna be real with you, man. Let's try something with actual tasks. Okay, we're still having the same segmentation fault though. So that's not good. Yep, happens in Stream World. Happy's in messing me up. Oh, that's an empty one. Okay. Alrighty. There's things to do here. We still have to figure this out. Let me catch up in chat real quick, though. What's going on? At one point, yes, but I haven't kept the practice in a long time. I always wanted the coding and tech live stream, so happy to see this channel, and I subscribe. Thank you, Mainstream King. Glad to have you here. Dr. Lovitz. Just add a couple of go-to statements there. It's going to make everything better, man. Do you use Rarity just for fun or for stream vibes? What's Rarity? What is Rarity? I don't know what's going on here, though. I should have fixed the problem first before we started doing this refactor. That's kind of my bad. Yeah, that's my bad. Is your new career pursuit related in the field? I mean, it's the same pursuit. Oh, you're talking about Tutorial or SFM2? Can't eat code, unfortunately. Yeah. What's going on here? This person's so old school. So cool that this is a console app. Yeah, it's cool. I love the fact that I could just copy and paste any of this stuff here. What's going on here? Writer. Hikikate. Oh, the editor is just we're using Vim, the basic like raw Vim. I use Writer for and JetBrains products for the other game stuff, but for this I'm just using Vim. Okay, we're still not any closer to understanding what's going on here, though. You know what? I think I'm just going to modify the program and just make it error immediately. Actually, I'm not even sure where it's erroring. That's a problem. Like, we're still getting the same thing, issue with stir length. Like, something's erroring here. We're calling stir length and it's erroring. And I need to figure out where in the application are we calling stir length that's causing this bad mojo to happen. In fact, let's just highlight it. Where these things could error. This isn't buffer, though. We need to go to board view, actually, is the first place I want to go to, because something's... Find first non-space character, and we're using this here. The thing is, if we do a print F, it doesn't print out in time for and it doesn't print in time for it to be displayed in the terminal. But I can do something really stupid and jank. We could do something really, really dumb, but I think would work for helping us debug where exactly things are going wrong and awry. We're gonna do cozies. Actually, it has to be short for it to be useful. Bad print. And this is what we're gonna do. We're not gonna sleep it. I mean, maybe sleep it would also work fine. But no, we're gonna do something even more stupid. Add an extra 0 there, why not? do something deep. Do something dumb in here. We're gonna add a counter for no reason, mind you. We're just gonna increment counter. Hopefully it doesn't get optimized out. And then we're gonna do our printf. I can't do that. I keep trying to do C sharps like a string interpolation thing. Now we're gonna do %s. It's gonna be stupid, but I'm curious if this works actually. I'm curious if this actually works. Yeah. Okay, so let's go through. We're making the worst breakpoint possible. The worst breakpoint you can imagine. Not even a breakpoint, just stupid. This is bad. Oh, you know what? We could do like a scanf. So it forces, it actually stops the application when you get to. No, we should do that actually. We should do that. Scanf. I forgot how to do scanf. Where's scanf? So we actually stop the program straight up. But in fact, I could probably get rid of that whole increment thing, but I mean, sure. Let's just look at C++ documentation. Const char, yeah, you just take in and then like. And then you pass an address for some kind of value, scanf, and then the string format. Can you do like scanf nothing? I don't know. What did it do? Scanf %d for integer? Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I'm sorry. There we go. Actually, is there a thing for character? That's all I need, really. I don't know, it doesn't matter. Let's see if this works. Let's just see if this works. You never know. Command stack, commands. No, we're not going to commands. We're going to board view. And then we're going to go to load file. And then we're going to go do our bad print start load file. This is so stupid, man. But, you know, if it works, is it really stupid? That's the real question. That's the real question here. It stopped for a second. Did it print, though? It didn't. Start load file. Okay. I mean, I don't see the thing that got printed out, though. That's kind of bad. End load file. Okay. She's working. And then segmentation. Hey guys. If it sounds dumb. It sounds dumb. But it works. It works actually. And let me check to see if I can I want to see if I can actually scanf a char. I mean, I know you can. I forgot. I think it's %c maybe. Or is it, do you just do percent? Oh, what's this guy's problem? How to do scanf for single char in C. To get a char from the user with scanf when I run it. Don't wait for the user to type anything. I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, C is fine. I was right. It was actually just C. Cool. Doesn't really matter, but I mean, this really does not matter, actually. I could just keep it 0, but who cares? Okay, so now we have our breakpoint. Our broke breakpoint. In fact, let's just call it the broke break. No, that's long. Bad, whatever. Bad print, whatever. You can BE the code. Oh, BE is a good abbreviation. We can do that. Just B. Hopefully that's not a keyword. So it's not breaking here. That's what we've isolated that. The issue is not happening here. So, okay, let's keep going through this. Save file, calculate categories. So it happens when we enter board view. So let's go down through this. Application board view, okay. So we do this. Requires init. Oh, does this need to be set to true? Maybe that's something that's neglected from our initial construction. Or is well, that's for session data. That's not for. And then we have this dummy data we don't need anymore. I mean. But that's not really. Do we have? Oh no, that's a parameter that's passed in. Never mind. And load file executes perfectly fine. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna do this. Okay, write to buffer. This is so stupid, but like. Okay, write to buffer. Maybe it's write to buffer the issue. And then we execute the different modes here. Okay. And then one last thing I'm kind of curious about, but I'll leave this for now. Okay, let's just compile and run. Okay. So we got to 4, and that's when we got a segmentation fault. Okay. See, that's more feedback than we were getting before. One day I'll figure out breakpoints in GDB, but so we got to 4, but we didn't get to 5, I believe. No, we didn't get to 5. That's S for segmentation. So okay, something's happening here. Things are going awry here. In this case, we're in cursor mode. Like I said, this is dumb, but at the same time, it's like it's working. It's giving me much more information about where things are going wrong. I should be adding a new line to this stuff, but dang it. I fixed it. It's easy to fix this, though. It's going to be in main. And we just have to add a new line to the format. Why are you being weird? Did I not make this take in a character? Yeah. Space should work. Oh, I guess not. Wait a second. It gets to 4.1, then 4.2. What? So it's not segmenting, it's not, is it happening after when we draw tasks? I mean, it has to, because there's nothing else happens after this point. Oh my goodness. So now something's weird happening here then. Brother, I feel like a detective. We're getting into this, man. Okay, something's got to be happening weird in the loop. We're doing a lot of stuff here. And data.ids, states. Do we call stir length anywhere in here? Sprintf. I don't even know what sprintf is. sprintf. Category index. ID state fixed. Okay, we have the fixed string here. We have a pointer to fixed string. And we're referencing it here as value. Maybe that's a weird thing. I mean, we're going to find out what iteration this happens. Okay, F.1, 4.2. Draw task 1, draw task 2, 3. Happens after, so we get to 2 and we get to this. So it's not actually happening. I mean, it could be here, but it's not causing issues yet. So the way we're indexing this stuff may be wrong. Format column width minus padding, right to buffer. Oh, you know what? This should be a char pointer, shouldn't it? Okay. Yeah, it's working now. Okay, no, it's not. We got through a few iterations. It almost worked. It didn't, though. But we almost did. But we didn't. But it was better. It was better. All right, let me catch up in the chat real quick, guys. What's going on here, guys? In use? Yeah, it's fun to see you use it, Code Lucky. Try to make a bot for trading a long time ago as a goof, but never actually seriously. The ancient Sumerian tech with the sundials. You ever read Snow Crash? What's going on? It's Mr. Harish. A Maui head. That's the modern system. I'm just using old peripheral. That's all there's going on there. So this worked until we got to task 3. I wonder if, like, the cool thing about this is that I can just remove the breakpoints, and I can just do this. And voila, it's gonna run uninterrupted. And we can do GDB. Actually, no, build first. I think I built already, but okay. Run it. Okay. No, it's still saying the same error though. So we're crashing at a different place now, but same error. I wonder if our fixed string thing is making sure the last thing is for sure null. Also, I'm kind of curious, if I return this printf, is it actually gonna... It does! Oh, that's handy. Very handy, actually. Oh, you know what? If I have this, I can set breakpoints to... Wait. Can I do B, main, and then break? No, it is defined, though. So it does work. So it finds it in the main file. So if I run this, every time I have this function, it's going to hit it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's right there. Yep. And then we can like step. I mean, we're calling, okay, that's interesting though. So like for stir length, like this is in our debug function, but it's still calling this. So maybe even something calling printf could be an issue. I can call finish. It's going to finish this function call. Okay. Now we're in board view.h. Okay. And we're stepping through it. This is, dude, making our own breakpoint or a function that we can add a breakpoint to is actually working out great for us. This is for, we're line what, 55 of board view. So we're here right now. We're in the middle of loading a file. We know this works. So we can just do finish. It's gonna do all this stuff. Cool. Okay. Struct, okay, data. Yeah, we set the data there. Counter breakpoint. We do board state create, okay. Encounter our next. Okay. Write to buffer. Write to buffer. Break. Okay, and then we get to task that out, hit breakpoint 1. Okay, cool. We're in 4.1. Okay. Within the inside the switch statement. Do we get into cursor update? Yeah, we get into cursor update now. That's gonna be fine. Draw tasks is where things start getting gnarly. So I think we should do next or step. Actually, no, finish this. Okay, and then we're in the for loop. Drawing task 2, that's the first time we're entering there. Okay, we're just gonna fast forward through this because we're iterating through each loop. Cool, and then we hit our we hit this. We hit our seg fault, but now we actually know what preceded the seg fault, which was right after write int draw y write to buffer, and that was at line 268. Well, wrong file. Here. So write to buffer is failing here. And what are we writing? We're writing name. So it's failing at name. And it's because, do we have to do name.value? Maybe that's what's happening actually. Actually, I don't want to lose this information here because it's actually quite valuable. Well, we know what's going on, but we sussed it out, dude. We've sussed it out. Yeah, we're gonna do this. Yep. You have to dereference the value. That's gonna get me. Actually, no, because name, if you go up to where it's defined, should be a char pointer. Data names value here. So it's failing here at write to buffer. For, not here, but for name. So it's fine here for the ID string. It's failing here with name. Huh. So I wonder if the value's here. I mean, I should probably read to see like what can cause stir length to. Let's actually look inside the function write to buffer. And then, so we take it into char pointer to text, wrap length, and then I'm imagining it's failing here because it's doing stir length and it's just failing. So what can cause stir length to seg fault? Is it like an absence of a null character? Maybe I'm not formatting this correctly, actually. Contains a character, else string length would count over the array bounds, causing segmentation. Maybe that's exactly what's happening. Maybe my implementation for copy is not correct, or maybe I'm not initializing everything to like to be what it's supposed to be. Let's look at the fixed string. So we allocate 64, we do this copy thing. We make sure that from the source, we iterate through the source, setting the value here, index, destination value, the index is equal to source.index. Okay. So we set the values here and then we check to see if source is currently a null value, which should be, and then we return early. Otherwise we do index plus plus. This seems like a fine way of ensuring, you know, actually, what I should really do is iterate through the entirety of fixed string to ensure that all parts of it are actually null, or all points outside of it are null. And then enforce, like, if our source string is too long, we just set the last value to null anyways. So instead of doing this, we should actually iterate through the bounds of fixed string. Actually, just use I. We're not going to do this early return thing. Instead, we have to check. Oh, we have to get. That means like we have to. understand once we've reached the end of the source string. Hopefully C# or C has this continue keyword. I think it should. So yeah, it starts off assuming no, but then once the current value it's reading from source string is null, we mark it to, hey, we ended, and then mark remainder of the string as null. There should be an edge case though, where like if I equals 63, then we just set this value to null and ignore the value from the source in case it's overflowing. Which case, these are the same thing actually, so it's actually just going to be we're just going to merge those conditionals together. Cool. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think this should solve it, but it's going to make it more robust. I'm sorry, what? 270 at where? At draw tasks. Okay, build's fine. Why is it fun? I don't know. I like making something real. Taking an idea and making it real, and I don't know, it's relaxing. I like solving puzzles. Yeah, still segmentation dump. Okay, cool. I want to inspect the value. I still have this running. I can't believe I stopped the donut from running. Okay, I can't believe we stopped the value here though. We're still there's something invalid about name. And where do we get name from? Well, we get name from data-names.values. So either like it's incorrect, like we're either our fixed string is incorrectly populated, or the index in which we're accessing the name here is incorrect. Like we should be I represents a ticket we're in, right? So we have this board state thing. Board data format. Data session, okay. Cat Y positions. So it's like the positions of all the categories, okay. That's a fixed thing. You have a cursor, yeah. we iterate through 0 to latest index. So we're iterating through all the tasks. That's what I represent as task. And then we get the ID from here, the appropriate task. Here, yeah, state, yeah, and then names. So this is where things are going wrong. This is where things are going wrong. You have to index into names and then return value. I think that's where our problems lie. There we go. I was doing something wrong. Hey, and it works kind of. The names are incorrect, but hey, it didn't seg fault. I'm happy about that. The IDs are there, the names are not there, but that's fine. That's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but we can deal with that. Hi, what's going on, Brad Williams? I make like a little project management TUI application. My first text adventure yesterday. Thanks for the inspiration. I'm glad, man. That sounds like fun, dude. I'd like to do that one day. Okay, so we fix a seg fault. That's cool. We're still having some issues here, though. Namely, that our data is incorrect. So that leads me to believe that our loading function isn't working. That's going to be in board view. Which honestly, I should break this out because it's like not a view thing. It's a specific kind of like backend utility, conceptually speaking. Application board view. Here we go. Load file. So we have what? We get the name at some point. And we do a fixed string 64 from string. And we say we want to write the data to data names at this task index. And then this is the input line we're using. Which is fine. That's fine. I wonder if this is correct. Huh. Like, I wonder if I have to do this. Nope. That's not gonna fix it. Actually, I want to see something. I'm curious if our names are being printed out. No, we know they are because when we read the thing, that's what it. Yeah, it's okay. What if I change this though to instead, because this is reading the line we read. I want to see if the line we parsed is correct. I want to validate that. Okay, cool. And you know what? To test this properly, I need to bring back our bespoke, totally not trash breakpoint. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so it's not loading correctly. State is loading correctly. Name is not loading correctly. So now the issue is not in our front end, it's the issues in our back end. See, that's handy. That's useful. Also, we're formatting things incorrectly in our printf, aren't we? Yeah. So this is like empty. Also this is not. Well, I mean, this should always be a value though, even if we're printing f the wrong value. But let's print out task index and just see if that magically fixes anything. Yeah, no, that doesn't fix anything. Something weird though. Oh no, we're just not formatting it right. There's supposed to be a new line afterwards. I was like, is it eating up a new line? No, it's not. I was just wrong. Okay. So our fixed. In fact, let's bring this back. So we can verify that our implementation is just wrong. So see, source name is this. Red name is not that. Something very, very different. Okay. We're learning. We have information. Which makes me wonder again, how am I wrong? How am I the bad guy? What did I do wrong? Actually, it should be an application, shouldn't it? Yeah, application. Fixed string. Move this function. Fixed string 64. Or we're supposed to be assigning values directly. I wonder if I'm actually assigning the values. Because I'm pretty sure this should be like at least the first iteration, right? We're going to get in here. Ended is false. And I equals 63 is false because I is 0. So we do not go in here. We do the swap or the copy to destination, right? Destination value I dot equals source I. Okay, cool. And then we do the if, the current character is null, we ended reading, and the rest is going to be null. The only thing I can think about is like, am I not assigning the value correctly here? I don't know. I mean, it feels like it should be fine. I should be able to just do swaps like that. Oh yeah, baby, assign those values. Printf hola, what's going on? I'm gonna go put a blindfold on Odin real quick. Oh my goodness. Sweats nervously. Gulp. Everything. What are you saying, Syndicate? Yeah, we're doing some C today. Just good old-fashioned C. In that first compare, why? I mean, if either of these values are true, if we've already ended reading the string, the first if, yeah, I'm pretty sure the value, the conditional is correct there. If we ended, or if we're at the last character, we're going to be assigning it to null and continuing. This is only set to true if we're here. I'm pretty sure C only considers this true if it's equal, if an integer is equal to 1 explicitly. I mean, I can always make it 0 to be on the safe side, but I think the general logic flow here is correct though. Oh my goodness. I think you're correct. I assumed negative only, no, but it has to be 0 or 1. Oh my goodness. All right. Who was this? Look, IHS. You were right, man. Thanks, dude. Yeah, it has to be 0 or 1. It can't be negative 1. So the logic was correct. It was just the fact that I assigned it to negative 1 instead of 0, which means that it was like ending prematurely. So now if we go into the back into main, and if I get rid of all my stupid printf stuff here, my broken break function, we build it, run it, and I go into messy mansion. Hey, it's back to working, guys. I can see the tasks that we have here. Oh, joyous day. And then now we have to test to see if we can actually write to it. So if I go to like the cozy engine and I decide to input a command, implement what? Implement material system. Okay. Well, that's not right. That's not correct at all. But that's an issue with my command. That's not an issue with the that's not an issue with our implementation, our function there. Let's save. Fixed board view seg fault and added fixed string 64. Codeberg master, because we always push the master, dude. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure I pushed to Codeberg master. And it's saying everything's up to date. But we just committed this right now. What? We did a last stream fine. Oh, we have to specify the specific repo because we have two repos. Because this started off on GitHub and then I switched to Codeberg. I should just remove remove GitHub. Or is it remote, remove, and then... Cool, and if I get remote, we only have one. Perfect. Okay. I am pleased as... I mean, not pleased as punch. We still have to fix that command. Should have said get at the end. What? The shareholders are scattering. What happened? Quick, Cozy, blame chat. Blame chat for what? What did chat do? What did chat do, bad? Okay, something's going wrong here, though. First of all, this is a fixed string 64 name. And how is this working? This is expecting to take in a fixed 64. Is it like implicitly? Because I just changed the signature from a char pointer to a fixed string 64, and it's weirding me out that this is it's weirding me out that this is not failing. That's strange. That's like really, really strange to me. So command create tasking Malik, the data. We have to go back to board view, don't we? We always have to. It always goes back to board view. Board view is where everything goes wrong, and I just go to cry. Execute. So we have this, and we have task name. Where's task name? Task name is a char pointer. We calloc. Okay, we're doing something really wrong here, first of all. So task name is wrong. And we're mem copying. Yeah, no. We don't do this. We are gonna do. We're gonna be a fixed string of size 64. First of all. Second of all. At most. Do you want to even count? This is like. This is dumb. Like, this is easily stack allocatable, right? So you have task name, find first null and what? Command buffer, and then, okay, yeah, whatever. And then what do we do from here? We do mem copy. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Data last index. We modified last index. No, we don't. We read it. It's a read-only thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is. Oh, but I can't. I know why I can't do the thing, can I? Yeah, I can. I understand now why. I mean, it's not crazy. Like, it's still perfectly fine. I just have to do value and then that's gonna be the address we use for mem copy. And then we just have to hope that this doesn't exceed bounds. That's one thing, though, is making sure it doesn't exceed bounds. Or we can do our fixed string 64 copy from string, and then I forgot the signature for this function. It's somewhere here. Application. Destination and source. Okay. So we're going to do destination is going to be task name. Source is going to be, here's where things get tricky. We're going to have to treat things weird. But we already did it before anyways. Or we're gonna make our own manual. We're gonna do this, and it's gonna iterate through this bounds instead of doing mem copy. It's slower, but we ensure that the fixed string is gonna be formatted in the way we want it to be formatted. So it's fine, I think. Unless like this, unless I don't guarantee that this ends in a null, in which case that's bad, but oh well. Maybe I should make a variant of this. I don't know. Okay, someone's not happy. Do you need to be... Okay, and then 322. Oh, I forgot to do that. Okay, we're happy with that. Okay, so far so good. If I go down to this, make a new ticket. Hey, and it just works. Okay, perfect. Perfect, and then we can just write this command. And then now if we quit, and then we go back, run it, and it'll open up Cozy Engine project. That doesn't look correct. But I don't think it has to do with the data, and rather it has to do with how we handle loading data from a file, which is fine. What's going on here, guys? Facts, I know other streamers and they have a thing that merges all chats into one field so it's easier to read. Yeah, when I did Restream.io, it was nice to do that, but it doesn't give me the same moderation options. Sounds chonky. I'm glad, man. I'm glad, Kodu Flower. I have a Samsung Galaxy Tab GTP 1000. I want to use it, but a custom ROM would be the best way to use it with modern software or modern-ish software. A ROM for what exactly? Like a custom OS? Doing the 0 will give you the character value, not the start address of a buffer. I think you should do and before. I mean, it seems like it's working. It just works, sus. Yeah, I know. Nothing just works, man. Waiting for the battery to be acceptable. Yeah, recording in C. It's fun. Thank you, Kodu Flower. I'm glad you think it's cool. Cool. So we can get rid of this then. I mean, maybe I should do like a mem copy thing implementation at some point, since that's faster. Like what we can do is do mem copy, and then like in the case of overflow, no, because then it's like you're gonna have an extra long string. Yeah, mem copy doesn't seem to be the way we go with this. I want to try doing the undo thing too. Oh, we haven't implemented undo, have we? We just implemented the execution of commands, but we haven't implemented any global undo or redo functionality. That should be done. I think I have something in our I should really break this up, but we have a switch statement here, yeah, for the different kind of commands. I think we have here, yeah, C. No, that's for the. Okay, this is listening for inputs. What does this do? If it's back, oh, we try deleting. Oh, we do these two. Yeah, that's why, because this doesn't work for some reason. Backspace doesn't work. I don't know why backspace doesn't work, but it just doesn't. So I have to use another alternate character to achieve the same effect, which is kind of terrible. To do make backspace actually work. So yeah, we can have another thing here for a case of like undo and redo. Where in the case of we call like, I forgot, there's where's the command stack? Here we go. We have an undo and redo function. It's just command stack undo and then the command stack redo, and we're accessing the global. Okay, cool. Okay, that's easy. I mean, you can't test it because you haven't implemented the undo command yet, but once we do, it'll be great. And we have to suppress them too. That's a whole another. That's gonna be a whole thing. Is this writing into the command buffer? Okay, so default stuff is gonna write to the command buffer, which means that we can't just do U or R, because then like anytime we type a U or R, it's not gonna be written into the command buffer. So this has to only be done when explicitly when we're not. I mean, this is. When we're not in command mode. Okay, so we have to have a different set of input handling for non-command mode stuff. Do we have regular? We have draw tasks. We have cursor update. Okay, this is where we're listening for inputs. This is listening for directional inputs. We do input get and then we check these things. I'm also gonna do the undo redo stuff here. And we're just going to do it in a very simple format. So you honestly, we should just I'm getting this multiple times. We should just cache the input from the first time, and yeah, like we're just getting this multiple times. I mean, this is getting the current one, but like that's happening in this separate thread. Weird things can happen. Let's just be very purposeful about this. Just do this. Cool. That's all replaced now. And then we do command stack, undo. Okay, cool. And then maybe I should actually implement the undo portion of this. I mean, what do we do here? What does this do in actuality? Persistent. I mean, we can just decrement. Like, we could just very well do that. And I think everything else in the application should just respond accordingly to just decrementing this. Because if we decrement last index, it's not going to iterate to this command that we just created, right? And if we create a new task over it, then it's going to be, the data's going to be overridden anyways. So I don't think we actually have to zero this data out and then like repopulate it if we do undo and redo. I think it should just be fine. Oh yeah. Actually, we need to get it correctly. Oh my goodness, guys, we can undo and redo. Look at that. I mean, we caused a segmentation fault because we undid too much. We undid too much, but like that's fine. That's an easy fix. We can just add a guard for that. That's easy. That's all it takes. Is so if it's 0, we're just going to return. We're not going to decrement it. You reach the limit of undos. Redos, that's going to be a trickier thing. We should probably have like an upper bound or something, but I don't know. Let's just test this out. Build task. Okay, and then undo, redo, undo. We undo again, no breakage. We do redo, and then we do it again. It's gonna break. Yep, it's gonna break. Okay, cool. This, I don't know how we're gonna handle this. I think there's some like extra data we're gonna have to do to. Yeah, to do. I already knew ahead of time that we need to do this at some point. Okay, so I'm on the ball already. Okay, but this is still good progress. Now. I still have to do CB master. Am I crazy? Why is Git making me feel like, oh, it feels like you're changing the rules on me, man? Oh, because I guess this branch isn't tracking. Oh, because it was originally tracking. Yeah. Okay. This feels sus. I don't know how to do this. One second, I think I've done something dumb. I think I've done something dumb. I mean, good thing I have these text buffers open, so I can just go through them and save them. Whoops. And I just closed my terminal by accident. I'm concerned. I might have to redo stuff. Oh, I have to redo things. Oh, and I closed my text buffer. Oh, because I deleted origin. Oh no, I did stupid Git things. Actually, stupid Git things, plus I accidentally quit my buffer. I could have saved it still, but then I closed it. So let's just take a survey of how much progress I've lost. Do I still have that local? Oh, okay, it's not a big deal because I actually have a local, I think the local branch should still be there. Started work on fixed allocation. No, because I got rid of the origin one, right? Oh my goodness. How back are we? Oh my goodness. The last commit is from Wednesday, November 19th. All right. Let's check if GitHub has my origin. Let's see if Ribbon Done is if the progress from like the past streams on there. Nope. 4 months ago, same thing. Oh no, dude. So this whole time I thought I was tracking and pushing to an actual origin. I wasn't. So we lost 4 months worth of progress on Ribbon Done. Yep, same place. So where are we at with this right now? Like if I press it's not gonna work. Oh. Let's take a survey of how bad things are. We have board view. Well, at least we know everything now. Do we have the command mode? We do have the command mode still. Okay, we're good there. All right. Wait, do you still have the latest commits of the project? No, because I changed my origin. So apparently I was pushing. I didn't push any of my stuff to the correct origin. Because I switched from GitHub to Codeberg, but I didn't configure things properly. So we lost a bunch of work today. But I know how to fix it. So, bro, get reflog. Let's see if we can fix this. Oh wait, wrong place. Let's see here. Okay, what do we have here? So we have these to CB. Control C. No, okay, we have it. We have it here. Thank you, Git, for saying git reflog. Okay, so can I? Check out master. Okay, 1 second. Can I merge this? Okay. Oh my goodness, dude, I think you saved me? I think you saved me with the git reflog. Let's check to see if this actually got pushed to master. Yes, it did. Okay, beautiful. So even though we had the detached head, it was still available locally, and I had the hash code. So I was able to merge that hash code onto here. Oh my goodness. Even when you mess up with Git, you can still save it. That's fantastic. That's beautiful, dude. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Dude, can we just... Brother. Thank you. M3D996. I wish there's a way I can honor you, man. Because seriously, man. Thank you. Alright, we're just gonna do this. How much do you appreciate Here we go, guys. I was about to freak out. I wasn't gonna freak out. I was gonna be like, I just have to grit our teeth, because it's honestly, it's really. I said 4 months of work to be dramatic, but when I think about it, it's actually only 2 days of work, yesterday and today. When looking back at the changes, it seems like most of them were tracked correctly, so we're good. Actually, it wouldn't be that bad, but still. No one likes redoing work they've already done before. But hey, man. Git reflog. Isn't that beautiful? How Git works. Okay, let's compile. Well, first of all, is there any changes here? Oh yeah, again, this is not a repository. And then, well, first of all, nothing here. Okay, cool. No, keep doing Git. Oh, joyous day. Oh, joyous day, dude. We're working. We're in business. This is great, dude. W's, yeah, W's all around, dude. W's all around, dude. Back again, guys. I actually pressed the home button. It's all good, man. Yeah, on a sticky note. Oh yeah, I'm gonna remember Git reflog. That was magical. As soon as I saw the hash, I was like, oh, beautiful. We can I can merge that hash code directly. Oh, okay. I think we're in a great I mean, there's some weird stuff still, but we're in such a much better spot than we were before. I can tell you that much. We're in a way better spot. There's some things I need to figure out about. Actually, I'm not going to worry about this. I'm not going to worry about it now. But don't you find it weird if I read this from the file, these are structured correctly and don't mess with the background? But if I read this one that was saved recently, it's in a weird format. If I create a new thing, see how it's messing up the background? Why is that? And why is it if I save, close, run it again, open it up, they're both messing up the format? There's something wrong about how we've saved the file. Reading is working correctly, otherwise the other things would have been broken. Well, that would explain a few things. Why are you here? Why is this a thing? Are we failing to Okay. Maybe the way we're saving things is busted. Maybe that's exactly what's going on here. One second. Wait, this might be a quick fix. Let's just just give me a second. This might be a quick fix. This might actually be a quick fix. Okay. What's the issue here? Aha. Names? No. Or actually, yes. But also. Also, this is not gonna work because it's gonna print out. Oh, maybe it won't actually, because it's gonna, if it's, it might just look for null and stop. So if we go in here and we make a new, save it, and then quit, run it, load it. I mean, they're all messed up. I can't tell what's messed up and what's not messed up. But let's look at the Cozy engine. Nope, this one's still messed up. It still has this weird thing prepended to it. Okay, I don't know. This is broken in some way. I'm doing something dumb somewhere. Either way, I think we're not gonna fix this tonight. We're not gonna do the fix tonight. Oh my goodness, the whole Discord is, what's going on, guys? You see this? Like, the whole Discord is like lit up. Hi. All right, before we end stream, I guess I can look at what's going on. Oh, see what's going on here. I mean, I can't really see that well. A YouTube poop. Okay. Oh, it's the music stuff. Oh no, I think this is false alarms. I think it's. But hey, we got some new friends here. Soup and TJ and Lily G. Wait, is that Lily Guitars? Hey, glad to have y'all. Yeah, see these familiar faces, TJ and Lily Guitar. It's good to see ya. Yeah, that's you. I see you. Oh man, what's going on here, Theo? Omnissiah Tracer Protocol active sequence. Oh my goodness, query for Manus agent meta super intelligence verify the following alignment. The fact, dude, you said that, and my brain just started reading it like it was a stack trace. I was like, all right, what line is the error at? It's a commissional character. I wish I could see it, but I can't really see it at this resolution, sadly. Maybe if I turn on green mode. No, green mode doesn't help. Green mode is still a struggle. Wrong window. Here we go. What's a good tune to end off on? What's a good one that's probably not copyrighted? We'll do the Napple Tail. Napple Tail is always good. Nice. You know what, I'll just end it with this. Actually, no. We're gonna do our thing. There we go. Very nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached that time of the stream. Thank you, everyone, for watching, for following me on this journey. Thank you, especially you, M3D996. You saved me. You saved me, man. But anyways, thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. And as always, guys, God bless. And until next time, stay cozy. Ta-ta.